Hello. This is Intuitive Connections with Liz. I'm Liz. I'm here to do a tarot card reading for the energy from now until the end of 2025 for the sign of Capricorn. We will be doing the most recent past, the current energy, and the near future from now until the end of 2025. We'll start off with this deck for the overall energy, and then after that we will clarify with another tarot deck or whatever I am called to use, just to let you know. First and foremost, I am an evidential medium and psychic medium. Tarot cards came to me after, so although the knowledge of tarot cards is in the background, in the forefront will always be the psychic impressions and messages that I get and storyline that I get with the cards. And with that being said, let's get on with the energy reading for Capricorn. I'm going to clear the energy. Please watch your ears in 1, 2, 3. Okay. For the sign of Capricorn, from now until the end of 2025, let's get the overall energy for the most recent past. The most recent past. The overall energy for Capricorn, most recent past. Most recent. I'm going to split these again. Most recent past for the sign of Capricorn. Let me clear the energy real quick. For the sign of Capricorn. Okay. Okay. For the sign of Capricorn. Most recent past. Most recent past for the sign of Capricorn. I have a flipper. Ace of Swords reversed. Most recent past for the sign of Capricorn. The current present energy for the sign of Capricorn. Current present energy for the sign. Most recent. The near future for the sign of Capricorn. Okay. So the most recent past, we have Ace of Swords reversed. The Star upright. Nine of Wands upright. For the current energy, we have Five of Cups reversed, King of Pentacles, and for the near future, we have the Hanged One upright. Let's go ahead and clarify the most recent past. Alright. As I build the story may start off one way, and by the time we get to the end of the story, it may end up a different way, because Spirit always gives us more messages as we go, and with our tiny little minds, we may feel that it's something and it comes out something different. I don't know why I just said that. That may mean something to you, Capricorn. I don't know. Your first card out is Nine of Wands reversed. What in the heck? Nine of Wands upright and reverse. Don't get stuck on that. Okay. Recent past for Capricorn, please. Recent past. Alright, let's go ahead and build on this story and see where we're at so far. So, we got Ace of Swords reverse. Speaking the truth is out the window. But your dreams. Okay. So you have Ace of Swords reversed. I love these cards. That's why I'm showing them to you. The Star upright. That's your hopes and dreams. And then the Nine of Wands. That's putting up boundaries. And then you have Nine of Wands reversed. That's wild to me. You got Nine of Wands upright from the one deck, and then you got Nine of Wands reversed from the second deck. So a lot of passion energy is, your passions are flip-flopping. That's what that feels like. And then you got the Hermit, soul searching, and then you got Six of Pentacles, which is generosity. Okay, let's build this. No more, okay. Not speaking the truth about your hopes and dreams, putting up boundaries, going back and forth with putting up your boundaries, feeling overwhelmed with putting up your boundaries, feeling tired of putting up your boundaries, tired of having to speak the truth about your dreams and put up your boundaries, and you're searching for introspection on that. You're staying to yourself. You're staying to yourself. Maybe let's get some more energy. More energy on recent past. More energy on recent, if you can hear the knocking, the apartment next door, they're redoing. So sorry. Self-love. Yeah. You're not defending your dreams anymore. You don't have to. You got tired of having to defend your dreams, and you retreated to yourself in the recent past. You retreated from giving, and you're finding self-love in the most recent past. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the story for the recent past, and hopefully it makes sense. So it seems like, Cappy, in the recent past, you got tired of having to speak the truth and explain your truth about your hopes and dreams, and you put up boundaries, but you got tired of putting up boundaries, so you said, screw it, I'm going to myself, and I'm not going to give anymore. I am finding self-love. Okay, that's what the recent past story feels like. The current energy, you have 5 of Cups reversed, so no longer feeling emotional loss. You're not feeling emotional loss anymore, and you're sitting in your power as King of Pentacles. You're sitting in abundance for yourself in the present energy. Let's get more information. Present energy for Capricorn. Present energy for Capricorn. Define King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, define King of Pentacles. Clarify. Clarify present energy. If I don't say the right words, Spirit will give me nothing. More clarification on... Oh, I like this. Present energy. More clarification. More clarification on present. A little more. One more. 1 or 2 more. I feel like it's going to be 2 more. Let's see what you give me, Spirit. Alright. So, in your present energy, no longer feeling emotional lack, finding security for yourself, and having a curiosity for knowledge. In yourself. And you're manifesting your passions. This is a current energy. At the end, we have Queen of Wands. So you're sitting in your passion. You have a zest for life again now. It's like you had to retreat to yourself and find self-love, Cappy. You had to put up boundaries of people not understanding who you are. It's like you know who you are, and you kept having to speak up who you are and put up boundaries. And you said, look, I'm tired of putting up these boundaries. I'm retreating to myself and giving to myself now, and finding self-love. And in doing that, your present energy, you no longer feel emotionally drained. You have a new zest for life. And you're manifesting your dreams. Alright, that's your present energy. Okay, the near future, you have the Hanged One. So that is retrospect, understanding, clarification on yourself. After finding your passions, you're getting clarity in the near future. Okay, what else is happening in the near future for Capricorn, please, Spirit? What else is happening in the near future for Capricorn? I feel like I need to shuffle after that. Something didn't feel right. Okay. Near future for Capricorn? Near future for Capricorn. And one more for the future. One more for the future for Capricorn. One more. They gave me two. Is that flipped? I thought there was a flipper in there. There it is. I don't know if I'm going to take that. I'm going to set it to the side and then I'll show you what it is. Okay, so near future. You become introspective after all of that. You start to feel a little bit of lack, but then, and you start to feel a little bit of lack about a conflict, but then you find strength through the conflict. Oh, I didn't even see that. And then 10 of Cups. Complete emotional fulfillment, blissfulness, and then at the end you're the High Priestess. Cappy, what in the heck happened? You know what is so funny is, I'm not gonna lie, in the recent past I started to have a little bit of judgment about that, and like, why are you retreating to yourself? And I started to think to myself, like, be very careful. And Cappy's like, no, I know who I am. I'm setting up my boundaries from everyone else. I'm tired of people not understanding who I am. You know what I mean? I'm gonna collect myself, get back to myself. And you are so right, Cappy. You know everything, okay? Because in the near future, you become introspective, right? There is a little bit of lack and a challenge that happens right after your introspection. But once you get through this, the challenge is the feeling of lack after you're introspecting. You know what? Maybe because you're on your own now, you feel just a tiny bit lost, right? But once you get over that in the near future, it's a battle within yourself, it feels like. You become introspective about everything that happened, right? But once you get over that, you have strength. This is career. This is courage. This is, yeah. You have your strength, and then you have complete fulfillment with your intuition. Fulfillment with your intuition. Oh yeah. But it was a painful ending. You have the 10 of Swords here too. Yeah. It's a pain. It's a painful ending. It's a painful ending back there. But you get everything you want. And it seems like Cappy knows what they want. Right, Capricorn? You know what you want. You know what you want. Nobody needs to tell you nothing. You got this. I'm just letting you know, in your near future, you have everything you want. It's a little painful in the process, but you get complete fulfillment by the end of the year. By the end of the year, you know who you are. You follow your intuition, Cappy. You know. It's going to be a little bit painful at the end of the year, right? It's a painful ending, but it's a beautiful ending. It's a painful ending, but it's beautiful. It sets you up for the new year. Your setup for the new year is amazing. Your setup for the new year is amazing. All right, let's get you a message, an oracle message for the sign of Cappy for the end of the year, from now until the end of 2025. All right. That's amazing, Capricorn. You're like, in this reading, you're like telling me, I know who I am. I know who I am. I'm going to set up my boundaries. I'm going to come back out. And there's a little bit of challenge, but then in the end, I mean, you have complete fulfillment. Dreams come true. Whatever it is that you want in your heart, by the end of the year, it's coming. And you're going to be, trust yourself more by the end of the year. You'll trust yourself even more than you already do. All right, let's get your message for the sign of Capricorn. You got more than one message. You got Buffalo Spirit. You got Badger Spirit. and you got Hedgehog. Let's go ahead and read them in order. Buffalo Spirit, wealth, power. Oh my God, that makes so much sense with this. Maintain kindness, accumulate wealth, and persevere when faced with difficulties. Well, Capricorn's like, yeah, I'm already doing it, dude. You don't have to tell me. Badger Spirit, look deeper. There are secrets and hidden treasures for you to discover beneath the surface. Okay? And boundaries. This has all been about boundaries in the beginning. Boundaries. Nurture and protect your unique qualities and guard yourself against negativity. You're already doing it. I love this, Capricorn. You're doing amazing by the end of the year. It's going to be a rough end of the year because it's going to be painful to have to leave whatever it is that you're leaving behind, but you already know that. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. It feels like you're confident up until the end of 2025. You already know everything that you want. It's just setting your boundaries and sticking to it. All right, that's your reading, Capricorn. And I'm sending you so much peace and love. I'll be back at the beginning of 2026 with more readings, but this is your reading up until the end of 2025. And I hope the holiday season treats you well. So much love. Thank you.